Good evening, everyone. I am Michelle with Yes Michelle Crochets, and tonight we are talking all about monetization musings. For those of you who are not familiar with me, of course, I am Michelle with Yes Michelle Crochets. I've been a content creator for 10 and a half months, which in the grand scheme of things doesn't seem like a long time, but in the YouTube world, it's long enough to get some knowledge. And it's knowledge that I want to share with you guys tonight. So, first, allow me to say welcome and hello to my returning subscribers, the people who will watch this as a replay, and to those of you who are just coming in, good evening. Thank you for being here. I'm hoping that the reason you're clicking on this video is because you're either currently a content creator trying to get to either the pre monetization level. Good evening, BB. Or maybe you're considering I'm at the provisional monetization. I want to know other ways that I can expand my financial horizons with this job that I do on YouTube. So I'm going to be breaking things down for you. Hey, Marty, welcome in. Thank you for being here tonight. One of the things I'm going to do is, of course, as I always do, rely heavily on my notes. So bear with me. Hello, Sue Ann. Welcome in. Welcome in. And guys, I'm going to try to glance at the chat, but I will be primarily focused on my notes because I want to cover everything. And at the end, I will absolutely be taking a look at the things you guys are saying in the chat. I'm missing. Oh, you're just saying have an amazing evening. Well, this is an exciting conversation for us to have because many of us who are content creators may or may not be earning the incomes that we would like to be earning, and we need to diversify the way that we bring in income streams. So, with the understanding that there are some minimum requirements to be monetized. Hey, Zach, welcome in. I have got to focus on my notes. You guys, you know how I get. Oh, thank you. I needed that coat tonight, especially tonight. So, as I said, I've been a content creator on the YouTube streets for 10 and a half months. And I looked right before I started this stream tonight. I am currently sitting at 971 subscribers. So, just a shameless plug. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I do humbly ask that you subscribe because I am super, super close to full monetization. But I'll explain what the breakdown for monetization looks like as a YouTuber in just a second. And if you're a content creator and this is an exciting topic for you to learn more about, do me a favor. Put either a money bag or a flying dollar symbol in the chat so that I'll see it. Excuse me, I need something to drink. And know that you guys are also interested in knowing how to make money doing what you love. Someone I was listening to earlier said, as a provisionally monetized channel, we basically are beginning the steps of getting paid to play. Because these YouTube streams are where we play. And we make a little money at it, but most of us, very little. So I want to help you expand that horizon just a bit. Now, of course, hitting provisional monetization looks like this. You need a minimum, especially since May of 2025. You need a minimum of 500 subscribers. You need a minimum of 3,000 watch hours for your long form content and a minimum of 3 uploads. Now, this is where I got surprised a bit because although I do shorts, I don't do a lot of them. They're not the bread and butter of my channel. So for those of you who are shorts focused, or maybe you're altogether a shorts channel, maybe you're thinking about starting one, you need to have a total of 10 million valid public shorts viewed. Let me say that again. 10 million publicly viewed shorts. And that to me alone, 10 million is outrageous. But it doesn't mean it's not doable. People do it every single day. And for those people who have short form content that they exclusively focus on, they're making money. So that could be you. If that's your interest, then by all means, keep those numbers in your primary focus and you will hit your targeted goal. Of course, this is also not just called the provisionally monetized tier, it's also called early access. Because the reality of it is to get the full access, yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot. But that's exclusively for shorts. Like I said, for the early access of long form content creators, those of us who mix our pre recorded videos and our live content, all you need are 3 public uploads. You need 3,000 watch hours, and this has to be done by subscribed people on your channel watching your content, and you need to have a minimum of 500 subscribers. So put those numbers in your primary focus and you're going to hit those targeted goals. Now, I will say part of the essentials, you need to make sure that you're following the monetization rules and regulations set by YouTube. For example, YouTube is very strict about music being played in your videos. If you can hear it, I'm not sure that you can, but if you can hear it, you're going to hear music in the background. For me, this is music that I pay for through a streaming service called Epidemic Sound. This is an intentional cost that I spend for the channel so that I have that resource. I am a musically motivated person. Though I don't sing and cannot play an instrument, this is something that I think enhances the quality of the production of my videos and gets me a lot of support from those of you who watch my videos. So it excites me to be able to do that for you, but I do it strategically with the understanding of what the cost is going to be. The other thing I want to say to you as a moment of cautionary encouragement, this is not a short race. You could very easily start a channel tomorrow and go viral. The reality of it is, virality on YouTube is very short. If you go viral because you're talking about the Diddy trial, for example, since that seems to be a big thing that I'm seeing in a lot of YouTube feeds, what are you going to talk about in 10 months when whatever the results are have happened? If you totally base your focus and your niche on a topic that is trending but isn't long-term conversation worthy, eventually you're going to lose the audience that you grow. Oh yes, they'll come to find out your take on all of the things related to that topic, but are they going to stay? What is your end game? What is your why for pressing the button to start your channel? Those questions must be answered before you ever start wondering, hey kitty, before you ever start wondering whether or not you can earn money doing content creation, especially in the YouTube streets. Now, the pre-monetization hustle. Many of us have been content creators for an extended period of time, whether it's a few months or even a few years for some people, and have never earned a dime as a content creator. I can't say that. I've been very blessed. You guys have been amazing with your support, be it a super chat or a super sticker or the memberships that you all have joined for my channel. And I am grateful because believe me, it has made my day. It's also been very helpful for the way I've grown the channel. But for those of you who are seeking those goals, you might be looking at, I'm at 250 subscribers. How do I make money to offset the cost of the job that I do as a content creator? The answer is as simple as look at the niche you're in. Many of the people whose names I'm seeing tonight are in the crochet community or in the arts and crafts niche. So the very things that we use, we talk about, that we lean into, have affiliate marketing opportunities. Think about it. You've seen in my description box, I have a link for the Javi coffee that I drink every morning. I have a link for the Amazon books that I talk about as a part of my content. It's natural, it's organic, and for me, it's necessary. I feel like one, it's a deal and a steal because these are books you may not be able to source a lot of different places. Two, I'm sharing with you patterns and things that you wouldn't necessarily run into in your everyday occurrence. And three, many of us doom scroll Amazon the way we look at our social media. Good evening, Cinnamon. Welcome in. So, having an affiliate marketing connection will allow you to start doing some early income earning. But I have to share with you that you also need to be transparent with your audience. Good evening, Mama Winch. Welcome in. You need to be transparent. And that's as simple as saying, I've got a link in the description box for the book that I was just talking about. Of course, please understand that's an Amazon associate link. So if you click on that link, though it doesn't cost you anything, it will generate money for the channel. And I thank you. Done. I've done it plenty of times. I need to remember to do it more. But the blessing of those connections is before I was ever even provisionally monetized, I was able to generate income because I am an Amazon affiliate. And I have other resources that I'm looking at making connections with because there are other things that I do within my circle as a content creator, whether I want to do a link exclusively for the microphone that I use, or if I were to work out a deal with Apple because I use an iPad for my filming source. All of the relationships, all of the software, all of the hardline tools, even the furrows hooks, all of these things have links. We purchase them. If we want to recommend them to our audiences, the best way to do it is through an Amazon affiliate. So you're not just talking into the wind and giving away the opportunity that could generate money for you. Of course, keep in mind what is your niche. If you are the type of person that talks about cards, then you're probably going to want to be talking about the tools that you use, the batteries that you purchase, the sources that you go to get the best deals and deals for the fluids that you use or the wiring or whatever. The systems that you use to do what you do very often have affiliate opportunity. So make those connections and relationships and then make the money. Now, like I said, transparency is key. You have to do it. I will say my experience with Amazon has been a pretty good one because some of you have purchased some of those books that you see me talk about on Book of the Day Thursday, and I eventually will get note from Amazon at the end of the month that I have earned X amount of money as an Amazon associate. And not just for that, I have a general Amazon link in my description box. And some of you have gone and purchased things that had nothing to do with items I talked about. So it has been helpful, and I have really, really been excited about it. So of course, the other segment that I want to talk about is selling your own digital products. Those of you who've been around the block with me for a minute know that I did an entire series on terminology. I introduced all of those abbreviations that we see in patterns because it was me specific. And I kept hearing in my chats and in the chats of other rooms that I go into, I can't read patterns because I don't know what all of that verbal salad is that they call the pattern. And I thought it's simply an abbreviation of a longer word or a longer statement. But if you don't know, you don't know. So I set up an entire series to teach that. Once I was done teaching the basic abbreviations, I kept hearing, well, now what? The answer was, why not create a written glossary? And my tool for that glossary was to use it as an information lead. I added it to my stand store, and you can go over there right now and click it, give me some simple information, and download your very own glossary that I created for you for free. So that generating lead gives me the opportunity to come back to you later, and maybe I want to add you to a newsletter and share information about things that are happening on the channel. Or if I happen to know that a store is going to be doing a great sale, I can send you that information in advance. I'm not saying that I will, I'm saying I can. That's the beauty of creating those funnel streams of information to create connections with your community. You guys know I talked about community last week. As you can tell, Michelle thinks about how to build on to the next topic. Now, like I said, another thing about digital products and opportunity, I love to teach. It's what I do. It's fun. But the best part about it for me is I often, like I say, I can't hold water. So I'm going to tell you everything. Being able to not only teach, but tell and educate and guide people along the pathway to expedite becoming a content creator has been something that has been on my mind for a very long time. I put it in place by creating coaching call opportunities through my stand store. But before I begin those coaching calls, one of the things I thought about is, how do I make the value of what I'm offering clear to a potential client? So I set up a 15-minute discovery call. You can literally go over to the stand store, click a 15-minute free discovery call. And in that 15 minutes, we can talk about what your niche is. We can talk about your current pain points as a content creator, if you already have a channel, and discover what it is you need to do to expedite your growth. I will behind the scenes literally customize a plan to help you push past some of the landing areas that you might be stuck on and help you grow. So, this is how I expand my income earning opportunity as a content creator. And as I always say, I will be fully transparent about what I'm doing. And I thank you guys for the support you've given me just in the last 30 days. I will freely admit that I have earned over $200 as a content creator coach, which is well more than I've earned as a content creator. But that's the beauty and the blessing of knowing what I offer to the table and being able to generate that information and share it with others. Other content creators have resources and experiences that they share. For example, just in the chat right now, Kitty Lane crochets. That girl's hook needs to stay in the freezer because it's always on fire. Whether she's making baskets or purses or whatever, she has an auction. So you have an opportunity to go over to her channel during those auctions and bid on something she's made. And I'm going to tell you, her work is amazing. Then, of course, there is our fabulous Blossom Crochet with Marty. Marty, whether she will plug herself or not, has two products that I have availed myself to. One is her inventory tracker for yarn. Again, you'll have to talk with her directly to get more information about that. And two, she's the person behind my editing. Because let's be realistic, as a person who works 10 and a half hours a day, 5 days a week, and I'm a full-time content creator here on these YouTube streets, add on the coaching work that I do, I have very little time to even breathe. I jokingly told my son, I don't remember the last time I actually deep cleaned my room because I don't have time. So taking off the editing component of what I do as a content creator has been more than a blessing, and I am happy to share that experience with her because she also shares with me what she learns from my videos. So it's kind of a double feedback for me. If you're interested in knowing more about that, I hope that you will connect with Marty. Mama Winch, if you're still in the room, would you please do me a favor and drop her channel for me? Oh, yes, and a full-time mother. Though my children will tell you that they don't need me today. I was a bad mom today because I was busy. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. So, like I said, talking about the digital products. The other thing is many of us sell virtual products. And by virtual products, I mean they're real products, physical products that you can purchase, but there are no upfront costs for us and we don't have to retain inventory on them. And whether you use Printify or Shopify or something like that, girl, I love you back. But sources like that give us the opportunity to make products that our audiences are going to enjoy having. For those of you who also watch Juan the Yarn Addict, on Sunday night, everybody was going, oh my God, I love his shirt. I love his t shirt. Well, I know a whole lot about that t shirt because I made it in my I actually have a Teespring store, and I did that before I ever became a content creator. It was just something cute I wanted to have, so I made one and I sent one to him. If you're interested in getting one of those shirts, reach out to me after this live and we will discuss the steps necessary in order to get you a shirt at a very good price. So I feel like I'm a walking infomercial tonight, but I'm in the purpose of sharing what I've done and what I do. I'm hopefully tweaking ideas in your head of how you can earn income beyond the rules and regulations of the Google AdSense. And mind you, YouTube encourages you to do what you need to do to support yourself because they want to keep you around. If this becomes an income debiting experience for you where you're not making money at it and you're not growing, you're probably not going to keep doing it. And that means someone new may come into your spot, but they've got to go through all of these pain points all over again. They want to work with you. And you just have to think out of the box in order to grow and go as a YouTuber. And please, for those of you who have channels or are considering becoming content creators, start thinking of yourself today as a YouTuber. Because if you're uploading digital media on this platform, you are a YouTuber. Thank you for all you do. Kitty is thanking me, and I'm blushing because Kitty availed herself to my coaching experience, and she can say in the comments whatever she would like regarding that, whether it was beneficial to her, if it helped her, and how. Because again, that is one of the sources of monetization. As I said, I've made more than $200 at it, and I've only had my stand store for less than 2 months. I've been monetized on YouTube since February, and I've made just over 100 something dollars. And I say something because YouTube only pays out after you hit a $100 threshold. So you could have $80 sitting in YouTube's coffers for months and not have access to it. So that's something to consider when you're considering how monetization will help you. Um, I also want to talk a little bit about becoming provisionally monetized. There are certain perks in hitting that 500 subscriber count with the 3 public videos in the last 90 days and having 3,000 watch hours. And that is the privilege of having the memberships, the super chats, and the super stickers. That is your crowdfunding thank yous to you. Now, of course, for those of us who have memberships, we do extra things for our members, whether they use their custom emojis or they have Zoom meetings with me, which is what I do for my higher tier members, or they get exclusive videos, whatever the choices that you select for your membership, that's what you choose to do. Of course, they have individual badges that identify them as channel members. I do a daily shout out for my members at the end of my videos. You'll notice as the crown rises up, you're going to see the names of the people who are currently members of my channel. And I thank each and every one of them because they give me the resources to offset the cost of the epidemic sound or the Zoom or upgrading my microphone that I'm sure many of you want me to stop knocking into in the morning. I hear it too. I'm sorry. I'm learning and I'm growing, and I appreciate your patience. Like I said, I've only been doing this for 10 and a half months. And as I grow and expand and learn, I'm going to be bringing those sources of information to you. It also means I need a little bit of time to learn how to use the things I get. Okay, so thank you. Um, the other thing is membership does not have to exclusively happen within the YouTube circle. There are external membership opportunities, whether you use Ko-fi or Patreon, or maybe it's, buy me a coffee. Maybe you use your stand store. However you use your resources. I'm sorry, Kitty just added. Beneficial is an understatement. I have opened up a whole new world. The quality of okay, she's talking about her experiences as the coaching did for her. And I'm grateful to have you share that with everyone. Thank you so much for saying that. Back to external memberships. And again, for those of you who aren't yet at provisional monetization level, these are things you may want to be thinking about in order to grow your brand and bring in income for yourself. Maybe you're in a delicate niche where because of the time commitment you have available, you're not able to grow your channel as fast as you might like to. So be considering the PayPal me or buy me a coffee or the Ko-fi accounts, because each of those has private membership opportunities, as does Patreon. So the other thing is you can have content away from YouTube. So maybe you can play music that you didn't play because of the restrictions on the YouTube channel. Maybe you can share things that would be more sensitive. I'm not going to go into the topics because, again, I am provisionally monetized. I'd like to stay that way. But there are sensitive topics that would be a little more freely discussed outside of the YouTube circle, just for those of you who are considering it. And then, of course, once you hit that provisional monetization, absolutely make sure you follow the rules and regulations and you turn on the resources that they offer to you, because the more you avail yourself to now, the more they will make available to you later. And as for my current and future monetization, now I saved this for the last half of our discussion because although I have talked about some of the things, I want to go into it a little more in depth, because as a person who has a stand store, I literally have what is a tiny little segment in my stand store available to my content creators and to my crochet community, but I'm looking to expand it. I'm planning to start working on digital products so that you can do a plug and play. Let's say you're interested in knowing how to upgrade your intros and your outros with music, thumbnails, and things like that. I'd like to create a digital download where you just go over there, purchase it, and it gives you a walkthrough of how to do that. I want to create a content calendar for those of us who do a daily upload where you can just plug and play that on Monday. I'm going to be talking about this. On Tuesday, I'm going to be talking about that. On Wednesday, I'm going live, and how to integrate the information that you want to cross promote on Facebook and Instagram and your other resources. Maybe you have a TikTok account and a YouTube account, and you're having struggles balancing the time to do all of those things. Well, having a digital content creator calendar available to you, shameless plug, I'm working on it, give me time. That is something that you can pick up and purchase. As I mentioned, months ago, Marty created the yarn inventory tracker, and it's been a game changer for me. I use it not on a daily basis anymore because unfortunately I'm able to remember some of the yarns I'm using right now. But knowing that I might need a baby blue 4-weight yarn and I've got 2 or 3 choices of brands, I need to know, do I have 4 of them in this brand? Well, I can go to my inventory tracker and check. So there is that as well. I also am learning, and this is where I really am grateful for the YouTube studio. There is the opportunity to go in and dive deeper on information regarding their rules and regulations. As a content creator, you can learn about using the AdSense opportunity of when to appropriately plug in an ad for your videos. I'm going to be diving deeper in that because I would like to take advantage of that, and I want to know about it because I am less than 30 subscribers away from full monetization. My suggestion to you is don't wait till you hit your monetization goal, whether it's provisional or full monetization. Learn the rules and regulations and make sure you're compliant now. I'm telling you, one of the banes of my existence is opening YouTube Studio and seeing that I have a video that can't be monetized because a segment of my music that I thought was okay to use on YouTube because it didn't give me a ding when I uploaded it is now no longer available for me to use. So I have to either private the video, mute the music, or pull the video down, re-record different music over it, and I'm telling you, that's a headache. So I'm excited. I will share with you guys a secret that I hadn't planned to say till later, but because Marty said that, I am really, really pushing to gain 30 subscribers in the next 30 days. So, for those of you that are content creators in the same niche as me who have the opportunity, I am asking, yes, asking if you will share information about my channel on your channel because we share the same communities so that I can grow and expand my brand and my horizon to get those last few subscribers to get that point pushed over. Now, of course, once I get past 1,000, you'll still be able to talk to me. I'm still gonna be Yes Michelle. I'm just Michelle. I'm just your buddy. I'm just somebody here to be your friend, share a little love, and maybe teach you a lesson or two in the process. And I hope encourage, motivate, and inspire you to live your dreams and do what you want to do. Now back to ad revenue. um, I have to say, being an optimized, consciously aware person when it comes to ads, I want to know everything I can about when ads are going to drop because I go live a couple of times a week on YouTube. And I want to make sure that my ads aren't popping up every 2 minutes in my live stream because you're going to miss information. We see it all the time as content creators, and it's very frustrating. So I want to learn more about how to control those things. Okay. My bet is it will be much sooner. I hope. I hope. But we'll see. We shall see. I am conservatively moving forward. Let me say that. I am conservatively moving forward. But I'm doing so strategically and with excitement. And I thank each and every one of you who is here to support me as I do that. The other thing I want to give you a thought to consider is micro sponsorships and brand deals. These things are available to you within the YouTube community and beyond. All of us do things, whether we wear clothing brands that are exclusive, like as a person of a particular size. I don't make all of my clothes. In fact, I can't sew. But there are certain clothing brands that I wear exclusively. And because I wear those things almost daily, then I want to reach out to those brands and say, hey, I'm wearing your clothing during my videos. What is the possibility to become a brand affiliate for your company? But that includes being able to create a brand kit and to be able to pitch and sell you as a content creator in a certain way. And yes, before you ask, that does come in the second tier of the coaching that I offer. Not in the initial first 4 sessions, but yes, tier 2, I talk about brand deals and creating affiliate relationships and things like that. So if that's something that is of interest to you, especially Team Replay, then by all means, hop in and pop into my stand store. I'd love to talk with you. Now, we're going to have some time to have free chat, and maybe I can answer a question or two. Um, it is very important not to be linear in your approach to monetizing yourself as a brand and as a channel, but to diversify. Like I said, when I first started doing of the day on Thursdays, it was never my intention to make that income generating. I was still thinking everything had to be monetized, and at that time I had less than 200 subscribers. So I was not thinking strategically about the relationship that I wanted with Amazon and how having a certain percentage of every book sold would generate money for me. I did start thinking about it very quickly because I realized that I'm talking about something and I'm not getting paid to talk. Yeah, I wanted to be paid to talk because it's my time. It's my expertise. It's my learning that I'm sharing. And most teachers don't teach for free. If I'm going to be a teacher, I want to be compensated for the time and the investment that I'm making. When I can physically reach on my desk, and I'm not going to grab a book available to me on the desk because that's tomorrow's book and you'll see it tomorrow. But if I were going to talk about this book, and I were to say this is the most exciting book about double crochets on the planet, is not. This is just a journal. But if I were to say this book changed the way that I make corner to corner in double crochet and dot, and I'm sharing this book and I'm inspired by this book and I'm excited about this book and I wanted to drop the link for this book, then I want to be compensated for the 10 minutes that I'm going to spend talking about that book and sharing the details and all of the reasons why I love it and why I think you as a subscriber to my channel will love it. So that's why knowing the sources of your agreements. There are, for those of you who have noticed, there are certain companies I've never spoken about that is part of everybody else's common conversation. It's because those brands or those companies are not in alignment with me. It doesn't make them a bad company. They're just not the right company for me. I'm probably never going to be a representative for the Addy Swing crochet hook because I'm not a pencil gripper. And that particular hook is better suited for somebody who pencil grips. So that's just an example. And that's nothing negative about that product. It is amazing for the people who can use it. I'm just not one of them. The same thing goes for certain yarn types. If this is a farm to factory yarn company where everything they produce is going to be a wool based product, again, I'm out. I have allergies. I can't use it. Now, superwash wool, that's a different conversation, but that's a very tiny sphere of the broad horizon of natural fibers. And that doesn't lend itself to me to have time to learn more about at this moment. So know who you are, know what you bring to the table, and know what you want to endorse, promote, and grow with. I would not want to be the front-facing person for the Sean John clothing company, for example. A lot of people used to be. I'm just saying, Think strategically about what you lend your name, your brand, and your representation to, because this is an evergreen platform. Things you talked about excitedly and enthusiastically today, are those going to be things that are going to look good for you to have promoted in 5 years or 10 years or longer? That's something to consider. Woo! You guys, this has been so much fun for me. I hope this was a fun and educational experience for you. Now, here's my question. What are your questions? I'd love to know, was this something that was entertaining and beneficial for you to hear and learn? Did it give you guys things to think about as content creators or as audience members about how do these people get paid? Because no, just turning on a YouTube channel will not generate you a check. I wish it did. And forgive me, I need some water. And yeah, Stanley needs to be sponsoring me too. Think about it. Mm, thank you. Oh, by the way, how's everybody's evening? Did you guys eat? Did you drink your water? Did you have meds to take? Did you take them? Did you have good conversations with the people in your life? Why would I not be me if I didn't shamelessly plug myself as myself? Come on, let's talk about it. So, and right now the chat is not moving, and I am going to hit this. Where's my? I have to find my little. There it is. My stylus. Of course, it's in rose gold, but I have to make sure the chat is as far up as it's supposed to be. Okay, good. And I will remind you, if you haven't done so, please hit the like button. That means a lot to the YouTube algorithm because it reminds them that we are here and that you guys have been able to stick around. How do I find brand deals? Well, the first way that I look at brand deals is, what do I use? I love certain yarns. For example, long before I ever had a YouTube channel, I was a big, and when I say big, like I can lean just a little bit and pull up a cake of their yarn, Karen 1 pound. This is one of two cakes from a 1 pound skein. But I love Karen 1 pound yarn. So knowing that Karen 1 pound is owned by Yarnspirations, which is a clearinghouse, you might want to jump down the rabbit hole and find out, does Yarnspirations do affiliate relationships? I know companies like ICE do. I know companies like Premier do. And I know a number of people who are affiliates for those companies. The other thing I want to share with you guys is, do not let knowledge that one of the bigger channels is an affiliate for a company stop you from creating your own relationship. Their money does not help you eat. So you need to focus on what relationships you want to cultivate. I, 1 second, love my rose gold furls. I know there are other content creators who have relationships with the furls company and they promote them. They get discounts on their purchases. They get money back for people who use their affiliate links. I like the chair I'm sitting in, but I don't like some of the problems I've had with it. So, as a brand ambassador, possibly for this chair, I'm not willing to promote it because it does not serve my needs in the ways I would like it to. But even this sign comes from Temu. Because of the tariffs and things like that, I'm not comfortable promoting Temu, though I love my sign. And I will say I didn't pay very much for it. But if I were going to promote that sign and Temu, it would be with an affiliate link. And yes, I do actually have an affiliate link. I just don't promote it. So think strategically. What do I use? What is your favorite hook? I Love Dots. We Crochet has an affiliate program. When Joann's existed, there was an affiliate program through CJ Affiliates. There are other companies that fall in line with that. If you are an Amazon person and you shop on Amazon a lot, absolutely talk to the people around you and find out, do they shop on Amazon too? And if so, click the more information on your Amazon app and learn about becoming an Amazon associate, or search it in your internet browser. The other thing you can do, as the kids used to say years ago, Google it. If you want to know what products you use in your niche that will lend themselves well to affiliate relationships, find out by Googling. I hate that word right now, but use your internet resources, research, do your homework. The other thing is, think beyond the things that are niche related. We all eat. There are people who represent companies like my what is it, Fresh Express or whatever it is. There's the Thrive Market. There is Home Chef and companies like that. All of those are brand deals slash affiliate relationships where doing a mini commercial within your video will generate income revenue because people may click that link and want what you have. One of the beauties of being face forward content creators is people see us, they get to know us, they like us, they trust us and our word. So that means that they're going to try the things that we try, do the things that we do. And we get to help them discover things that we get for a deal and a steal, but they can also help support us to continue to grow our channels, our contents, and our brands by simply using the things we use. And brands know that. It's literally a part of their advertising budget to pay for affiliates and sponsorships and things like this. And keep in mind, it doesn't just have to be on YouTube. You can talk about it in your Facebook groups. You can talk about it in your Instagram groups. You can drop those links. I literally, in talking about my channel, have a business card. Yes, it's close by. If you look, this is the front of my business card. The back of it has a QR code, which takes you right to my channel. So, yes, it's old school, but I'm an old school kind of girl. And I love that when I'm talking about my channel or people, ask me, hey, you're talking about your YouTube channel. Do you have a way for me to get that information? Very few people are going to remember, yes, Michelle Crochets in 15 minutes after the first time they've met me. But they might look in their pocket and see my business card and think, oh, I had fun talking to her. I wonder what she's doing on her channel. Let me go take a look. They've got my business card. Such is a connection. Guys, we have about 10 more minutes. If you guys have any more questions, I would dearly love it if you would put it in the chat. But if not, then by all means, I would love to hear what you guys are interested in learning about as current or maybe future content creators, to give me inspiration of other topics that we will be talking about going forward on this particular live stream. And not tonight, because your girl got to go to bed, but in the future. I'd love to hear some of the ideas you want to learn more about. And I need to eat. I just realized, I think I'm hungry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm noticing. I just got a notice on my iPad. And I'm like, yeah, that can wait. It can wait. So I'm not seeing any more questions. I'm going to assume that this was of value to you tonight. I thank you for your time. I thank you for spending the time with me. It means everything to me. I hope that you will, if you saw things of value in this video tonight or in this live stream tonight, if you're here as a live audience member, you will go back and re-watch this. Not just because it gives me additional watch hours, though I'm appreciative, but because I hope that it gives you inspiration, ideas, and opportunities to expand your channel and your brand. With that said, I love you. I hope you have some fun today. And until I see you again in the YouTube streets, you guys have some fun today. I will see you next time. Bye bye.